Hi, friends. This is a fun practice. For those of you who love the idea of inversions, maybe you have an inversion in your practice, or maybe you go to a classroom and you see other people just floating up easily and as carefree as one yogi can in an upside down position. So today we'll break down three yoga inversions: dolphin, headstand, and tripod headstand. So we'll make it really accessible for anybody building their yoga practice. And the goal of the inversion isn't to master the pose. The goal of the inversion is to be really present step by step as you make your way into just a really fun, dare I say, enlightened position. All you'll need is a comfortable place to practice and yourself. When you're ready, so just taking a moment here. You're rooted, sits bones are anchored into the earth. You feel yourself grow nice and tall. Do a couple rolls of the shoulders. So you just want to just begin to arrive in your body. Feel into all of the goodness that is already residing inside of you. And let's just swivel around here. So you'll find your balance. You find your balance, you're anchored, you're rooted, and then this kind of takes you out of that equilibrium, right? So you're purposely creating that wave of motion, and then whenever you come back into equilibrium, right? You feel the grounding down and the lifting up. Same thing as if you were standing on your feet. You're not going to feel the weight of your entire body in your feet or in your ankles. So take that to mind as we begin to create these building blocks to go upside down. So you got that swivel. Let's swivel it around to the other side. And then you can give it a little shake from side to side. And then let's just find your balance. Find that state of equilibrium. Lift up nice and tall. Drop the chin slightly. Feel the lift through the back of the skull. Relax the shoulders back and down and close the eyes. Let's go 10 breaths here, just centering. You can take the breath out the nose or out the mouth. Feel free to set an intention for this practice, and as we're exploring and being creative and playing, maybe keeping that intention of just playfulness, not forcing anything to happen or pushing or striving, nothing with the ego. You just enjoy at each moment as it arises for yourself. Last couple of breaths, relaxing the eyebrows, the jaw, the throat. Big in breath, fill up the lower belly, expand through the ribs, the chest, and all the way up through the crown of the head so it elongates into the spine. Open the mouth, exhale with sound. Let it go. Flutter the eyes open. So I'd like you to take whatever your dominant hand is. So for me, it's my right hand. And you're just going to place the heel of that hand on your third eye, so right between the eyebrows. And then go ahead and just press the palm onto your head here. If you were a unicorn, that's kind of where the horn would come out. And then you just want to use your other hand to see where your middle finger, that farthest finger, kind of presses down. So and then place that fingertip just where the middle finger of your dominant hand ends, and then you can release. So that spot on the top of your head, that's the strongest place in the skull. So whenever you go upside down, you want to make sure that is the point that's connecting to the earth, right? So that's your center. So close the eyes, mental note, kind of feel it. You can rub the fingertip around, give a little tap. Yeah, and then there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and come over into cat cow. Just a couple movements here with your breath, connecting breath with the movement, get into the spine. You can do hip circles here. You can just stay into the linear movement of the body, or you can add some shifts side to side, whatever feels good. Full extension of the breath in the body. And then one more breath wherever you are for good measure. You use that breath just to release any tension, any tightness from the body. Good. And you can draw that right shoulder slightly forward, draw the left shoulder slightly forward, and then back. And then let's go ahead and press the palms, curl the toes, just lift the knees just a couple inches above your mat here. And then go ahead and dome the upper back. So you're rounding, pushing the shoulders, the space between the shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. And then you feel the hips kind of drawing towards the heels slightly. Gaze is straight down. You can check out the head and the neck here. Just make sure no tension showing up in the jaw, so you're not clenching the teeth or tightening the jaw in any way. Good. And then let's go ahead and press that up and back for down dog. And then you can paddle out your dog here if you like. If you want the feet a little wider than the hip width, if you're warming up into the body, feel free to adjust. And then let's just paddle it out. Feel the muscles wrapping around the bones. Feel the joints getting a nice stretch. Good. And then we'll bring the big toes together to touch. Go ahead and fly that right leg high. Big inhale. And then exhale, we'll cross. Little tap to that left tricep. Inhale up and back. To the nose. Inhale up and back. With control to the right tricep. Give it a nice tap. Inhale up and back. Good. And then go ahead and lower that right foot down. Left leg will lift. Big breath in. You can open the hips if that feels comfortable. Keep it turned down. Cross the body. Right tricep. Tap. Inhale up and back. And we're just warming up the body. Root to nose. Inhale up and back. And then left tricep. Nice little tap. Up and back. Good. Lower the left foot to meet the right foot. Paddle it out. Keep sending the hips up and back. Get those nice lines of energy awakened through the body. So pinky towards the outer edges of the hips. Sits bones down to the heels. Feel the blood pumping in the body and the lungs expanding and retracting. Let's go ahead and shift forward into plank. Palms of the hands pressed down. Same little doming action of that upper back. Squeeze the inner thighs together, press the heels. You can tip the torso slightly forward, shift forward. Good. Right leg's gonna lift just as high as your hip. And then tap. Right knee across to the left tricep. Back, knee to nose. Back to the right tricep. And then back, left side, left leg lifts just as high as your hip. Cross the body, right tricep tap. Knee to nose. Back, left tricep. And then step. Left foot next to the right, and then just walk it out. For 5, 4, keep doming the upper back. 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and lower the knees down. Sink the hips back into the heels. Reach the arms alongside the body. Palms up. You can relax the forehead all the way down if that's comfortable. And then a few rounds of breath here. Full deep breath in. Deep releasing breath out. Good. And then inhale, we'll come up. So we're prepped. The body, you should feel really strong. So we did those core and movements just to really solidify the body inward. So you're moving towards the midline of your body as you're, hugging in to extend up in an inversion. So the first inversion we'll do is kind of the beginning stages of going completely upside down. So this one will be dolphin. So you'll come forward, come into tabletop. We'll create a little nest with the palms of the hands together. So you're creating a nice little triangle from the elbow line, and then let the palms of the hands press. Palms press together to help pull yourself towards the center, and then that energy kind of pulling in and pressing down just allows for stability in the body. So this is where you'll root and find your foundation. Elbows can come in slightly. So what's going to happen is once you put weight, the elbows are going to slide out maybe about an inch. So you really want to walk those elbows directly underneath the shoulders or slightly in. And then you'll feel the weight, the body kind of pulls out slightly because the skin is a little looser there. And then you'll curl the toes under. Inhale, lift the hips. So for me, this is a little wider, so I like to walk the feet forward. And then you'll lift the heels, press down. You can add a bend to the knees here as you press the heart towards the tops of the thighs. You can send the gaze down, slightly forward, or back, whatever's comfortable for the neck. And then you just want to breathe here. So you feel the infusion of circulation to the upper back and the shoulders. So you're activating into those tiny muscle fibers, and all those muscle fibers to support the stability of the body, right? So you're inverted. Anytime the head's below the heart, that's an inversion. You can shake out the head and the neck if you like. And then you're welcome to stay here, or it can look forward, and we'll shift forward, kind of kiss the thumbs, and then press back for 1, forward and back for 2, forward and back for 3. Good. And then if you want, you can lower the knees down. And then once again, so you're doing a lot of work into the upper body. So let's reset with a child's pose, Balasana, with the arms extended back. Or you can sit upright and one hand and then the other to your heart. So you feel the body just waking up as you go into those inverted positions. Dolphin pose, super great pose. Just if you're beginning your journey into inversions, that begins to set the foundation that you need to easily go upright. We want to create from the base up, getting those muscles working together so it's a lot easier to find the breath and just elevate the legs. That is always a great option anytime inversions are called in class, or anytime you feel a bit depleted and you want just an instant energy booster. Dolphin is really delicious in that way. So now we'll take it a little step further. So this is headstand. Headstand, you can do the palms together, but I prefer interlacing. Pinky edges of the hands will go down, and it's that same idea as before. So if your elbows, if you tend to go wider, you're splaying the energy out. So you really want to contain that energy towards the midline of your body. So when you press down, the elbows are going to roll out slightly. And then this is where you get to come back into that place at the top of your skull that's that really strong support. That is going to have contact with the floor, but you're not dumping the weight into the head by any means. You're going to equally press into both forearms, activate the muscles into the upper back and the shoulders, and then use the breath to find the legs upright. So we'll begin to find that again. So you can come into that little tabletop with the forearms down. Interlace the fingers, the forearms, whichever's comfortable. I like to walk the elbows in just slightly and then let them press out. You'll tuck the chin and then find that spot into the top of the skull connecting to your mat. So you got that, you got the forearms.
Yeah, just a little bit here. So you'll find that right positioning for the arms, top of the head down. And then let's go ahead and curl the toes under. Make sure you're on that sweet spot at the top of the head. You're pushing into the form so much so that you can kind of lift your head a little bit. And then you'll just walk the feet forward. So you're on the tippy toes, press into the forms. And then maybe this is it for today. You can also lift one leg, but I actually prefer bring the knees in, lift the other, and then you find it that way or you come into it with the core. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Squeeze the inner feet together, zip up the legs. And then feel that lift out of the forearms. So instead of the weight sinking down, you feel that natural lift upwards. So you're getting those muscles all working together. And then when you come down, find that child's pose. Arms, go ahead and take them alongside the body, palms face up. A few rounds of breath just to reset.
And then last inversion. So we'll move into a tripod. So tripod is all about the 90-degree angle. So you find that same really strong spot into the head. You're going to bring the palms of the hands underneath the elbows and then find just a nice 90-degree angle. So you're going to walk the hands back, find that little sweet spot with the chin tucked under, strong spot of the skull pressing down. Walk the hands back so you have the elbows right in line with the shoulders and then the wrist. So you have that nice firm foundation, and then you'll slowly begin to come up to the balls of the feet. Just check your alignment. Press the palms of the hands down, and then maybe you begin to bring the knees maybe to the back of the triceps and tuck in here. You're pressing the palms, you're hugging the elbows towards the midline of the body, and you're activating the upper back and the shoulders. So once you're here, maybe you bring the knees in and then extending up. And then this is where you could go wide in the legs and then come down. And then nice and easy when you're ready, find your child's pose. So there you have it. 3 really strong foundational inversions for your practice. So this just brings a nice, robust feeling to your practice. Not that it's necessary, but it's a really great tool for coming into yourself, connecting to this moment, and kind of letting go of the chatter of the world. For anything that you do in yoga, make sure it's serving you in the right ways, right? You're not doing it to do it, but you're doing it because it does bring something into your practice that's calling to you or channeling you in a way that leads you to your truest self. So you can find your way into Shavasana here or a seated meditation as we wrap out our practice. Let yourself ground down your sits bones, elevate through the spine, maybe a couple rolls of the shoulders. Breath in through the nose, breath out the mouth. Breath in, expand lower belly, ribs through the crown of the head. Open the mouth, exhale. One more, deep breath in, deep breath out. Shavasana. Deepen your breath. And bring the left hand to your heart. Bring the right hand on top. Hand on hand, hand on heart. Hold your own heart here for a moment. Taking gratitude in for yourself. Gratitude for your practice. And just gratitude for your community, your tribe. Palms together, bow in. Namaste.